Hi, my name is Dominic Palazzolo and I'm the owner of Marvelous Molds. And today I'd like to introduce to you a line of molds that we call the Royal Garden Collection. These molds are amazingly detailed with flowers and leaves and other natural elements that come together in these beautiful arrangements. There's very, very intense detail, so much so that there's a special way that I use the mold so that I can unmold fondant or other materials from it without disturbing the really fine, minute details. So let me show you how I use a Royal Garden mold. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sheet my fondant and I'm going to lay it over the top of the mold and I'm just going to press it in. Now you can see that it really kind of dips down into this mold. Looks like I really don't have enough. But see, what's important is that I want to have a uniformly thick layer that I'm pushing into the details. If I put a whole lot of fondant on top and I pushed, well then my pressure has to go through a very deep section of fondant. I don't really want that. Let me take my rolling pin. I'm going to roll across the top of the mold, and our cutting blades, which is unique to Marvelous Molds, is going to trim that fondant perfectly. So now we have our mold and it's nice and filled. And you can see that really the fondant is just lining the mold there. And that's what I want, because now I'm going to take my finger or my thumb and I'm going to push my fondant down deep into those details. Okay? As we always do, what we can do is take the cutting blade on the outside and push it in and downward. And what that's going to do is that is going to put a nice finished edge. And now if you feel like you want to restore the volume or add more to it so that the piece coming out of the mold will be full, then what I do is I just add a little more in the center and I get it level across. Okay, so now here's the important part. What I want to do is I want to start out by stretching the mold. Okay, I'm grabbing the unmolding lip and I'm stretching it in different directions. Then I want to take my fingers and I want to press from the bottom and pull down on the lip. And do you see how that really unmolds my fondant in a very powerful way? And I then can actually push down on the outer rim of the mold and push up from below. And do you see how that's just kind of riding on there? We know now that we've released it. We can just turn it over and it pops out beautiful. And you can see all of those fine, minute details perfectly molded. Now, when we're working with, this is the arabesque border. This is the large arabesque, by the way, right here. This is the arabesque border. And you really use this mold in the same way, except that what you want to do is you can pinch the bottom and see how that mold kind of pulls away from the fondant. And that is going to enable you to also simply pop that out of there, retaining all the beautiful detail without smudging or distorting it at all. And that's going to really look amazing on your cake. All right, so we've made these pieces in white fondant, and maybe that's not showing up on the camera very well. So why don't we take this and let's apply some type of a color to it. So I've got this bronze dusting powder, and to it I've added some vodka. And what I want to do is I just want to paint this arabesque in order to kind of reveal the details on the piece. So as I'm painting it, you may see how all of those fine details really start to show. I'm going to take this and just put it aside. And now what I'm going to do is bring out a grouping of arabesque pieces. This is the arabesque border. And here we have the large arabesque that we colored. That's a medium and a small. And what we want to do is, with these groupings of Royal Garden molds, we want to show you different colorizations so that you can actually identify and really see the minute details. And then we're going to take this grouping and show you how it was used in making a spectacular decorated cake. These molds were used by Sharon Rizwan of Cakes on Vogue to create this wonderful cake embellished with gold arabesque medallions and the matching arabesque border. This group shows the symphony panel along with the madrigal and the heart-shaped sonata. Just take a look how Ileana Saldiva with Sugar Realm used them to create this elegant wedding cake. This board shows the fanfare medallion with matching fanfare border and the very useful etude trim. Liz Merrick with the Artisan Cake Company took these beauties and created this fabulous cake using just these 3 molds. The molds shown on this board are the crescendo medallion, the crescendo border, and the ornate interlude trim. Vanessa Greeley with Vanessa's Cake Designs made this delightful jewelry box cake, once again using these 3 molds to achieve stunning results. In this collection, we highlight the large and small quadrille medallions along with the matching quadrille border. Our friends Ted Scudi and Adam Sturkey with Sugar Cake Studio provided this remarkable cake inspired by this distinctive collection. Our last grouping shows 3 medallions, namely the Melody, Harmony, and the Serenade. On the bottom is the matching Serenade border. Carrie Morris with Something Sweet used just these 4 molds to create this gorgeous cake showing a floral motif with gold accents. Well, I hope you found the Royal Garden collection of molds very intriguing. I think that it could add a beautiful natural elegance to cakes and cupcakes. Of course, they're all available at marvelousmolds.com. And if you go on over there, I'd like to invite you to join our newsletter. And you will get our videos as soon as they come out, new product announcements, promotions, and, notices of when we have sales from time to time throughout the year. Also, it might be a good idea to like this video and join our channel so that our videos come right into your email inbox as soon as we make them. I'd like to thank you for watching, and stay tuned because we have a lot more coming.